Okay, team. We can start the today's demo session as well. Demo session is nothing but we are just discussing few other points related to Tosca point of view. Okay. So is everyone clear with yesterday's demo session? Could you please confirm me once?
Yes, Anushka.
I hope it's clear, right?
It's clear.
Okay. Now, so let us coming to the today's point of view. We are going to discuss Tosca project creation. How to create the project. This is the first point. Next, repositories. Okay, why repositories are important? How we can work with the repository categories. Once it is done, we are going to discuss what is a modular framework. So in this modular framework, total what are these sections are there? So each section purpose and most frequently used sections in a Tosca for all projects. So if you are working any kind of project in, so what sections you are going to use most frequently, we do work with and understand those points. This is completely today's agenda team. Okay. So let us go with the first point, Tosca project creation. So to create a project team, either we have two type of terminologies here. One is project creation, another one is workspace. Create a workspace for the team members. Two terminologies. Okay. So if we are creating workspace the first time, whenever you are creating a project for a practice purpose, that is your new project. Okay. So here again, two categories are there. Create a new workspace. Another one is create existing workspace. So in real time, we use this one. In real time, we always used the second approach only. Now the practice purpose, I'll show you how to create the new workspace in Tosca Commander. Let me open Tosca. So guys, if you're not able to hear me or if you're facing any difficulties or challenges, if my voice is not clear, do let me know, okay? Right now we are using the latest version of Tosca 2025.1. Yes. So see here, once we open this one team, it obviously check the license activation. So once license activation is completed, we can able to see this home page. Once this home page is visible to us, we can simply see all the options. These all options are recently already created workspaces you can see here. If you want to create a new one, always use create new option here. Just do click on create new. The create new workspace is separated with two categories, guys. One is repository, another one is a workspace. One is repository, another one is workspace. That means the details of repository and workspace. So is anyone has any idea what is common repository? Common repository.
Shared by the team member.
So I'm just talking generally. Okay, ignore about Tosca point of view. Do you have idea any common repositories which they are in right now in the market?
Two people can work on the same.
GitHub, Bitbucket.
GitHub is one of the common user repository. So okay. So let me explain the purpose of this one within simple words. I'll tell you. This is the GitHub. Let us assume this is the GitHub. So this is acting as a common repository. In this common repository team, totally 3 people are working. Let us assume one person is working here and another person is working here. Only 2 persons. Okay. Once they are done with their particular test cases team, basically this person is completed almost 10 test cases, and here this person is also completed totally 20 test cases. So the entire team is completed so far 30 scenarios. Okay. Once they are done with their work, so this 10 test cases are there in this particular laptop, their particular laptop only. And this person scenarios are there in this person laptop only. But I want to see these 2 persons test case developments together. Okay. So once they are done with the development, what the persons do, they just push their code to the repository. Here they use a push command, git push command. And even the similarly, the person to also push the code to the repository. So as a team lead or as a test manager or as a client, if you want to check the code, they directly come to the common repository. They check the code directly here instead of checking with each person. So now clear what is common repository here? The purpose of common repository. Is everyone clear with that?
Yes.
Now, let us coming back to here. In Tosca point of view, in Tosca, that entire Tricentis team itself, they are giving one of the flexible to us. You no need to connect to GitHub, no need to connect to any other repository. Simply, they are creating the project within the repository. As a diametric point of view, this is the repository. This is the repo. Within this particular repo only, so the team is creating the project. So this is the project. In this project level, so some user roles are there. So if I want to add my team members, I can give access to that persons, like Jira only. So once you are done with work, you no need to work with the push code. All these things is not required because directly you all are working within a repository. That is the purpose of repository option in a project creation. Clear? Now coming to here, in Tosca point of we have different type of repository categories. Types of repositories. The first repository is single user repository. Second one is multi-user repositories. So single user is not recommended in real time. So this is, let me mention clearly, not recommended. And here, so the most of the cases, each and every team member is working in real time. That is a multi-user environments only. That one we call it as a multi-user repository. How to choose this multi-user repository? We have 3 approaches. One is selecting the database. MS SQL Server, DB2, and okay. Along with that, you can see Tricentis server as well. So here team, obviously these 3 databases only. So what are the databases? It is there. They are just utilizing these DB option to create a common user repositories in a real time. Okay. So coming to POC, like SQLite is only for POC purpose team to get the project approval. We can give some end-to-end flow example to the respective companies. Okay. Once they're satisfied with the flow, then they approve the project with the Tosca. So to get it done, we use SQLite repository. Right now, we use same SQLite for practice purpose. Same SQLite for practice purpose. If you are working with SQLite, you no need to set up SQLite database. Directly, you can work with that. But coming to MS SQL Server, DB2 or Oracle, must we have to set up the database Okay, so you don't need to bother about all these things. Simply you can use SQLite. It is also a replica of these databases only. Is my point clear? Any questions so far?
So, Anusha, you're mentioning like we need to set up, right? We are working with SQLite, but remaining things also the setup will be same, or will there be any
Same,
difference?
but we have to enter the connection string. That's it.
Okay.
The connection string is required. That's it. Not much. Like providing the database name and DB credentials. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you here. Okay.
Yeah.
See, once by default here you can see single user repository. It is not recommended. Don't choose this. Okay. Now, so if you want to create a multi-user environment, simply click on this search, select type of repository. Are you able to see? I'm just choosing SQLite. So for SQLite, you don't need to enter any kind of database setup here. Okay. Now I'm just choosing MS SQL Server. Are you able to see the connection string field is populated?
Yes.
So here we have to enter the server name, database name, user ID, and password. Once we enter this one, you have to click on the connections. So here you can see connection valid. You can see the message like a connection valid message. For all databases, same. You don't need to work with directly to the DB tip. Simply what are the connection string it is given by team lead or test manager or client. Just take that connection string, add here and test the connection. That's it. Not much. Okay. So here team, I said
Yeah,
two.
Anusha. Uh, we have to connect this every time, or it's a one-time activity.
It's a one-time activity. See, I said two things, right? Whenever we are creating the project, we can go with the two ways. One is workspace, create new workspace, because initial project setup. This is initial project setup. Okay. If any one of your teams are working, if you want, if once you get the project approval and to create a project setup, we do project creation. These things will be taken care by either client or test manager or test lead or test architect. As a team member, you may not get a chance to work with the creation of the workspace in real time. Okay. Now, so because the creation of project, creation of existing project, it's completely a one-time activity. Let me show you initially creating the new workspace. Later, I'll show you existing workspace. Here, I'm just choosing the creating a new workspace team using SQLite repository. So once you create this one, here automatically you can see one option is enabled. Use existing repository. The meaning of use existing repository is nothing but team. You have to uncheck this one. Why, Anusha, by default it is enabled? Because as a team member, we always used to join the existing projects only in real time. If you allocate to one project, maybe you have to join the workspace, project workspace. That's it. You're not the person creating the workspace from the scratch. Because this project it's already created, you're just joining that. This is recommended. But practice purpose kosam, initially do one thing, uncheck this particular checkbox. If this checkbox is unchecked, the meaning of that you are creating a new workspace. And here just set up the common repository path here. Then your workspace name, just enter the name of the workspace. I'm just creating project like this. So here one more option, use workspace template. Just select this one. What is this workspace template? Yesterday, I just reused two of the standard modules. One is OpenURL, another one is a closed browser. Are you guys remember?
Yes.
So to get that entire inbuilt standard module subset, you have to enable this. Okay. This complete flow, it's related to creating of the new project only. So in real time, we use existing only, but make sure to understand creating a new workspace for practice purpose. Is this points clear? Repository level, you just selected SQLite, and in a workspace level, workspace name and a template. That's it. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the next point is here. Simply click on new next button. Here it asks the credentials. So the name of this one, admin credentials. So in previous versions, you no need to set up this thing. Default, it takes admin credentials. But right now, in latest version, must you have to set the credentials. By default, username here it is. If you want to change username also, you can rename this one to the respective name. Okay. I'm just keeping admin as it is. Let me give admin password. So once you give the admin password, click on OK. So once you give this one team, here you can see creating a new workspace and new common workspace. So once you enter these details, definitely it asks the credentials to enter. If it is asking credentials to enter, that means we are working in the multi-user environment. If you are entering your credentials, that means you are in a multi-user environment or a common repository you are working. Just enter your credentials, what credentials you set right now. Click on login. Let me use So see here team, once we log into the project, the entire, almost all sections are included here. Let me show you in detail. This is the Tosca main project homepage. In real time also, you can see same homepage only. Here, to see the entire project structure, one option is there within the home tab. This is the projects. Okay. Directly click on this project icon. Here you can see the entire project structure. While working in Tosca automation, you no need to set up the project workspace. It is a kind of modular framework. It will create automatically. Team, give me 1 minute. Clear? So for project, you can see this project home tab. I'm just making as a separate window. I'll show you in bigger way. Yes. This home icon, April, this one is your project. And here in the left pane, you can see these all are the number of sections you can able to see easily. The number of sections here. Modules, test cases and all. So totally how many sections we can see? Approximately 8 to 9 sections. So once we create a project, it automatically create this modular framework. It automatically add all these things. We no need to set up anything separately. This point is clear. Team. Now my next point is here, team. Out of all this section, I'll just make it in way, I'll just write into a different categories here. Please be focused right now. This Tosca commander, okay? What are the commander we are just open? This Tosca project advantages. This Tosca project options, okay? What are the options this Tosca is giving to us? One is test automation. For automation purpose, what we can do, I can show you that. Next, test management. Third one is customized reporting. If you want to do a customization of your report, you can see. Next one is data integrity testing. See here, these many possible ways we have in this particular project. So Anusha, I'm seeing here those so many number of sections. What exactly it means? Because these all sections all belongs to these many actions. Using this Tosca commander, you can do automation testing, test management activities. If you want to create a customized report as per the client requirement, that is also possible. And then data integrity system. So out of all, majorly, most frequently in real time, what sections we use to work, I'll make a note. One is module section, test case section, execution section, and one more section is also there, test case design. These all are the frequently used sections. The next one is here, team, configuration section. This configuration section is nothing but it is a kind of global variables. For entire project point of view, what variables you want, you can create all those variables into configuration section. We can reuse it. The purpose of this one is to maintain the global variables related to all projects. See team, automation point of view, we used to work with these sections only. Totally how many sections are coming to a picture in automation? Will you please tell me?
5.
Modules, test cases, execution, test case design, totally 4. And what about last one? Configuration, 5. So let me highlight all these sections in the framework. This is the configuration section. This is the execution section. And it is a module section, test case design section, and test case section. Everyone able to see all these 5 sections?
Yeah, Anusha.
Okay, we work with only these things in real time. So coming to a second category, test management, I can say directly it is not recommended. As a simple, I'm just telling, no one is using this option. No one is using this option. Because already the companies or the projects is already committed with the test management tools like either Jira or Azure DevOps. So depends upon their project specification, they are just choosing any one of these. But right now, in Tosca point of view, no one is utilizing this. But I'll give you what sections it is belongs to this particular option. The first section is here, requirement section. If you want to maintain your requirement related projects, then use requirement section. Next one is here, issues section. If any kind of issues are there, simply you can create an issues here. And last one is here, test planning section. We can plan the test cases which the team is going to work for the next week. So here team, this thing is not recommended in real time. No one is using this option. But I'm just giving these options as a reference. Why these many scenario framework it's there. So the next final one is here, team, reporting section. We have one of this section with the name as reporting. Reporting. So here the purpose is here default Tosca, it's already given 5 report formats, 5 or 4 report formats. 4 report formats, it's already given by Tosca. Okay. Sometimes what happens, the clients wants a specific customized report, like company logo, specific kind of columns, and they just design what type of report they want. Based on that, we can create this customized report. It is completely one-time activity. You may get chance to work with this reporting part, you may not. Depends upon the situation. See here, any one of the person will take a chance to create a customized report as per the client specifications. Okay. This reporting part clear? So the last and final one is data integrity. This is a different project. This using this particular project, we used to perform some kind of ETL testing and Snowflake testing, big data testing. If you want to perform this kind of testings, again, here also you can see the number of sections like a module section, test case section, issues. So all these sections you can see within the data integrity also. That is the reason I mark it as a different project. All these points clear, team? The framework sections points. Any questions so far? Any questions, team?
No question.
I hope it's clear, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
The next point is here, team. This is the framework. Other than this framework, Tosca is providing few more features to us. One is ARA feature. Using this ARA feature, what is ARA? ARA is nothing but automation recording assistance. So automation recording assistant as a full form, we can call it as a shortcut. We call it as a ARA, automation recording assistance. Using this automation recording assistance, you can do the recording of the manual test cases. If you want to prepare one manual document, just do recording this one and even automation. So see here, team, what it help us. Whenever you are interacting with application, it will capture all of your actions and it convert those all actions into an automated test case. Understand? And
Can
one
you
more,
elaborate, please?
exploratory testing also. So using this ARA feature, you can do manual testing, automation testing, exploratory testing also. Let me add this screenshot into the doc. Later I can show you. Yes. Now I'm just going back here. I'm just closing this window. So inside this home tab, you can see one more option. The option name is equal to here. Home tab. Record feature. Everyone able to see? Record feature. How this record feature help us? I'll show you that. I'm just opening the browser initially. So I'm just opening one application URL here. See here, team. In automation, everything you have to create manual. Create the modules, drag and drop that modules into test case and executions and all. We have to do it from the scratch. Yesterday also I showed you, right? I created one module. Later I drag and drop that module into test case. Then I build the test case, right? So here, how this recording feature help us? If you enable this recording feature, for example, I'm just enabling for automated test case. Click on this. Recording assistance is loading. So here, this is a loading recording assistant. Here you can see The terminology here you can see interact with interface to record your test case or add into a manual test. So here two features. One thing you can create automated test case. Another thing you can create a manual test steps also. 1 second. I just want to click on this particular computers. Once you click here, automatically it add the URL and along with this computer related step. Everyone able to see? Next, I want to perform this computer click. Again, it capture this computer click related properties. Later, I'm clicking here the desktops. Click on this desktop. The desktop properties are added. Later, I'm just clicking here position. In this position, I'm just choosing low to high. Then the properties are added. Out of this, I'm just clicking here add to cart. Then add to cart is added. Okay. If you want to give a review, just select this review also. See, if you are interacting, automatically all these actions are creating. If you stop this one team, I'm just finished recording. Once you finish this recording, click on save option. Close this one. If you come back to the automation testing, here are you able to see automatically modules are created. In each module created and even the test case is also auto-populated. If you expand this test case, are you able to see open URL, click on the so-and-so control, and here click on product category and selecting option from the drop down and click on category. Able to see? So that is nothing but ARA feature. Now clear? This is the automated test case team. What it mean of manual test case? So sometimes we used to write a manual test case templates, the number of steps we are going to automate and the sequence flows also, right? So the entire flow, if you don't want to create manually, just use recording feature in Tosca. How to enable that? Just click on this particular recording feature. I'm now recording the manual test case. Okay. Once you open this one, it is loading. Wait. Okay. So it is asking the permissions team. Click on start. Once you started here, you can see the left bottom of the screen, the recording feature is enabled and even it is started. It is telling me like begin interact with your desktop. Each interaction will be recorded with a screenshot. For example, I'm just clicking here the NVOP commerce. It's clicked. Next, I'm clicking here learn more. It is clicked. And later I'm performing click operation on add to cart. And then add to wish list. Once it is added to the wish list, I'm closing this one. Click on wish list. So here this is the wish list and add to cart, email friend, something. Here I'm just using wish list link. Directly you can see. Add to cart. Some actions I just performed it. Click on this product and then click on add to cart. It's been added. So now I'm just stopping this recording. Once you stop this recording, it automatically convert all of your interaction with application as a manual test steps with a screenshots. Are you able to see the screenshot is added? Click on NVOP commerce. So click the pane and here you can see learn more. And here you can see product, each product, where exactly I clicked each and every icon is populated along with the screenshots. This is nothing but manual test case. So Anusha, then how we can export this one to manual? We have to set the status team. This manual test step is paused or failed. Right now I'm just setting all these things as passed because very less steps only. I just want to show you, okay? Yes, this one. Once you're done here, you can see export format. In Tosca providing two type of exports. One is document, another one is a PDF. So here in the document level, it automatically create the new folder with the name as test case documentation and it include all these columns. I'm just adding value column also. And what actions the team is perform. Let me export right away. I'm just choosing the directory right directly desktop directly. So once the file is created, automatically it open the file. You can see here, team. This is the test case documentation, new manual test case, the summary of your manual test case and screenshot, and the system, which system I used to perform this manual test case. Here, all the steps are captured. Click on the pane, click on the image, click on add to cart button, and click on the add wish list button, click on the group wish list, and this one. If you come down here, you can see the number of screenshots. Clear? This is nothing but manual testing. Understand, team? So, other than this, Tosca is providing here one of the recording feature. This is what a recording feature, team. It automatically record each and every user interactions and it convert that into either manual test case or automated test case. So it's our choice. Most of the cases in real time, we used to go with automated only. This manual is not recommended. But some projects still they are using this manual test case generation also, team. You know that. Clear so far? What is ARA feature?
Anusha, one doubt. So for automated test case, we won't get screenshots.
No. It will
Okay,
convert the test cases and the values at the time of interaction, what values you just passed. It will pick those only here.
Okay. Screenshots only will come for manual only.
Manual, because in a manual execution, we used to add a screenshot document, right, again.
Yes.
So that is the thing. It is adding those screenshots to the manual test case.
Okay.
Yeah, Anusha, extending your question. So suppose if I used automated test case and somewhere I got failed, okay, some 58 or 59 test got failed. So exactly, I would like to know with the screenshot. So
Yes, we can
what
add a
was that?
screenshot for that. That is completely a test case section level. We
Completely?
can test cases for all test cases. Here in the test case section, this is a test case section. Okay. If any one of team is working, obviously they are going to work in this location only, right?
Mm-hmm.
If any one of the team members test case is failed in at execution level, so and so test level, it will automatically capture the screenshot. But we have to add those screenshot related steps here. That thing I'm going to cover at coming classes. Okay. That is possible.
Sure. Thanks, Anusha.
Even the CI/CD pipeline also, if you want to know where exactly it is failed and the screenshot, yes, it capture the screenshot also. If you want a recording, MP4 recording also, yes, it do capture the recording also. Clear?
So what was the basic difference between module and test case? So usually in
Yeah.
test case,
It's quite confusion kind of thing. Module is nothing but it is holding the address of the element. For example, I am Anusha. Okay. So if you want to know entire my details, I have some properties in the backend, right? My name, my initial name, my parents, where I'm locating, where I graduated, everything. This is completely my properties, correct? So if you want to recognize me, maybe you should know about any of my properties, either my name and my qualification or my designation. Okay, if you know these things, that is enough to you to recognize me. In application, just think about application point of view. Lot of things are there. As a manual tester, you are directly go here, you can do automation. That is a manual testing. But what is automation testing? What are the actions we are doing manually? We have to add those all instructions in an automation tool. For example, I want to ask Tosca to perform click operation on Amazon search. I know Amazon search is there, but how Tosca knows Amazon search is there here? Tosca don't know anything initially. We have to instruct the things properly. So for that, what I'll do, we can create one module. That module, it holds the search button related properties. As a simple word, module is the section. It is holding entire technical information about a business logic. Each element properties is stored into the module section. Clear?
Like PAM, correct? Page object model.
Entire DOM structure level, what controls you want to add or element related
So in that
properties.
particular page, it will capture all the elements or object properties,
Yes,
correct? If I'm not wrong.
yes. So for this
Thank you.
entire page, if you want to capture all this info, just create module for that.
If I
The
really
what-
don't capture all the inputs or objects, only few means we can manually.
You can pick a selected also. This is a selected area. This is selected area. Just create a module for only for these selected areas and then
Okay.
work on this. Okay. The scanning mechanism in detail, I'll explain in the next session, Monday. Okay. So first I'll tell you the automation tester roles and responsibilities. Later I can show you how to create a modules and all. So in Tosca, we do have another feature that is ARA feature team. Everyone clear? Any questions so far?
Yeah, Anusha. In a area only we can able to take a screenshots, or is there any possibility to take a screenshots?
Area is one of the additional feature. Okay. If you want to add a screenshot for each of your test steps, here we have one of the predefined standard module, TBOK take screenshot. You can add this into your test case, it automatically capture the screenshot. So here team taking screenshot point of view in Tosca, we have a lot of possibilities. One is take a particular screenshot. This is possible. This is possible. This is the first option. Second one is entire execution flow document, execution flow screenshot document. It directly create entire execution flow screenshot document. There's another thing. Third one is, so before performing the action, one screenshot. That means we can simply say before and after action screenshots. Before and action. So before click operation, one screenshot, after click operation, one screenshot. This is also possible. Yeah, along with that, one more feature is also added by Tricentis team, that is a recording feature. If you want to record the execution flow, that is also possible. It automatically generates the MP4 file. All these things clear? Anyway, in detail, we'll discuss in a coming classes. Team clear?
Yes, Anusha.
So along with this ARA feature team, you can see Tosca Cloud also. The Tosca Cloud options is also added here. And along with that, AI features is also added to this particular commander. Whenever you are interacting with this particular commander, here you can see the home tab. And the last you can see Tosca Cloud section. You can jump to the cloud, upload to the cloud. These things are possible. And the last one is the add-on. Add-on level, initially you can see Tosca Copilot here. And later, I'll give you this agentic test automation installer file. You can do installation. So once it is installed, you can see that Copilot is converted into agentic test automation. These all are the features in Tosca 10. Any questions so far? So all these points I explained so far. One is Tosca project creation and the repository, the modular framework, total number of sections, the most frequently used sections in Tosca. Along with that, what are the additional features? It is given by Tricentis company. That is ARA feature, Tosca Cloud, and AI features. Team clear? So you can see all these options initially in a Tosca commander. Okay. But later, I'll show you how to create a project with existing repository. Now, all these points clear to you all, or do you want me to remind one more time, recapping kind of thing? Let me know.
Clear, Anusha.
Hope it's clear, right?
Yeah, clear. Sure.
Yes, Anusha.
The next point is here, guys. This is a test case section, execution section. Most frequently, I'm just giving for all projects workflows. Most frequently, we used to work with a module section. Once the module is created, drag and drop that module into test case section. And once test case development is created, you can work with the execution section. This is the common workflow for all projects. I'm not saying for specific, for any kind of project, the workflow is completely common. Okay. So what modules are holding? For example, this is your screen. Screen is nothing but this is your application. In this application, this is your application. In this application, you have one of the text box. Okay. And in this text box level, you just want to enter some text. Okay. So if you are seeing some text box here, maybe you can see some HTML code here, like input. They just use this kind of codes, like a class name. This is completely HTML code. Okay. Na? Class name. They just add one class name here, name it as a text box or input text box like this. Input text box or any other name. And ID is equal to some ID combination. And finally, they close the input tag / input tag. This is the HTML code. To display this particular text box in a UI user interface, like in the screen, they just write this kind of code in the backend. Okay, this is the front-end HTML code. Now, to identify this particular text box, we just take a help of this code only. In this code, what are the things we can choose? One is class name, another one is the ID. We can take help of class name or ID to identify this one. But in Tosca point of view, team, you no need to check this code. You no need to check. If you want, you can, but every time we cannot check this code. So then how to capture this text box properties? We use here scan option. What is the option name? Scan.
Module.
Once you do a scan in the module section, so what are the class name ID you are seeing in the backend? That entire structure is loaded in the scanning window like this. And even automatically, once you select the respective checkbox, it will show you the selected item is unique. So here you no need to spend much time to recognize the elements, to identify the elements. Okay, it automatically do our half of the job. Okay. Once you scan these text box related properties here in the module section, let us assume team now the module is ready in the module section. Here module is ready. Once module is ready, drag and drop this module into test case and do the development here. If you want to develop the test case, it always depends upon the module. Without module, we cannot build the automated test case. The initial and base point is here module creation. Once you are ready with the module, then drag and drop that module. If that module is created by yourself or created by some others, it's not a matter. Once module is there, you can reuse that module and build the development of your test case accordingly. This flow is clear to you? I'll show you simple example right now. So this explanation is clear.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm just going back to the, so see here, this application is open. Is everyone able to see here the search store button? Is this text box only, right? If you want to see the properties, do right click on the search bar, click on inspect option. Here you can see the text box related properties. Everyone able to see the tag here? Input tag. What is the tag here? Input. What is the type? Text. So they just added some properties, class name, ID, autocomplete, name, placeholder, area label. Just given some properties over here. Okay, this is completely HTML code. Backend, frontend developer design this. As an automation tester, I no need to bother about that backend stuff. What I'll do, I'll simply come back to the module. I just select the module, right click here, scan, application. In this application, it will show you all open applications in our system. Simply select your system, click on scan. Yes. Once you scan them, it automatically load all these elements to the scanning window. So you no need to worry about all these things. So sorry, Tim, the screen is disconnected. Everyone able to hear me?
Yes, Anush.
Now the scanning, where we are, so where exactly it is disconnected in the scanning window itself only, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
In this scanning window, team, just select the search box, text box, search store related text box. Okay. So once you click on this particular checkbox, it automatically show you the selected item is unique. Where exactly you can see that? In the bottom of the screen, you can see the info is selected. Able to see the selected item is unique message? So which properties, Anusha, it is added in the right side properties pane is there? In this properties pane, are you able to see the ID? What are the code you just saw in a HTML? That entire code, it is added here into a table format. Okay. So here you can see these all are the ID and small m, and the entire HTML code is also added. The class name is search box. You can see same class name is replicated here. And what are the code level ID is there? ID is small search terms. The same ID is included here. By default, Tosca selected one is area label, ID, tag to make this one as unique. Once it is identified, you no need to spend much time here. Simply save this module. Once this module is created, team, simply drag and drop that module to test case. And the test case is created. And enter here some text. I'm just entering books. So books, after books, I just want to hit the enter key. Just use the enter key here. So which browser you want to run this one? right click, set the browser category. I'm just choose to run this one with the browser with the name as a Chrome. Come back here. It's very simple, team, not much. So this page, it's already opened in my Chrome application. Now you can run directly. So you can see directly it enter the books and then it hit the enter key. Are you able to see books is entered and click operation is also performed? Understand, team, the importance of the module section right now?
Yes.
Everyone,
Yes, Anusha.
I hope clear to
Anu-
you all right, all these points.
Anusha, suppose if that particular page is having a lot of objects, that means our objects are elements. So every time we need to set that particular element, correct? So that is also will take time, correct? Desired object or desired element. Suppose in this page, we're able to see that set option on the top right most. Suppose if I want to click some any drop down value or something, in out of some 50 to 60 elements are there. So after scanning, after using the X scanner, after creating the module, so
Yeah, yeah.
at time it is difficult to identify that desired element, correct?
Yeah, manually it's difficult, but we have another option here, select on screen. You can see select on screen is there, right? For example, here the lot of elements are there. So as you said, if I want to validate manually, it takes a lot of time. But I don't want to do that. So within the screen, just adjust this window. Within the screen, which control you want, I want to click on this awesome. Then what I'll do, I'll just keep the screen up to here. Then enable select on screen. Select on screen is enabled. Now come here, select awesome. Now only awesome is selected. Got it?
Perfect. Thanks.
So we no need to spend much time
Yeah.
to
Thanks, Anusha. Perfect.
find manually, okay? It automatically, we have another feature like select on screen. Simply you can pick which control you want within the screen instead of filtering manual. Other than this, we have other features also. Here you can see filter option. Filter the control using their property, either button, checkbox, combo box, image, label, or list item, menu item. This is also another filter. And this is a search option. If you want to find the control with the name of the control, for example, I want to find all rights reserved. So here you can see all rights reserved. So click on next. So where exactly it is located, it directly go there. If it is not there, just hide these filtered items. You can able to find it. See here, copyright 2026 NOP commerce demo store dot all rights reserved. In the bottom of the screen, it is there. See my cursor movement. Same control is highlighted in the script. We have different ways to fetch the specific control out of all. Clear all?
Anusha, it will take the unique XPath or unique locator only, right? Like if we have multiple, means same element, same XPath is there for multiple locators or like that.
So in Tosca, there is no XPath concept, first point. Okay. XPath is not
Okay.
recommended in Tosca. Okay. So instead of going with XPath, we just simply go with technical properties. For you can see for awesome, are you able to see? Only the technical properties are selected. So in Tosca itself, it is giving XPath feature, but it is not recommended because it is an absolute. So in Tosca point of view, team, we cannot use every time XPath. XPath, it's very, very, very least priority and either 1 or 2% priority only. Most of the cases we work with the technical properties, representations, and other identification criteria. Clear?
Okay.
While
Yes, sir.
selecting manually, is there any other problems we will face it when anything?
No problems. Maybe sometimes due to some network, it might stuck some time, like 1 second, 2 seconds like this. But other than that, there is no other problems.
Mhm.
So here you can see an option to hide the DOM structure. You can hide the DOM structure. You can see entire DOM structure related properties. If you want, you can collapse this DOM structure to selected control. If it is here, you can see only selected control. If you hide, you can see only interactive controls in the screen. Little bit more, you can see interactive controls with some of the invisible controls. If you hide completely, you can see all the entire DOM, HTML DOM structure tags. It is started with a HTML and a body and a div header. What other things are there? Each and everything is included. Clear? Team, any questions? So far clear, right? What points we discussed today?
Yes, Anush.
Okay. So the next
Yes,
point
sure.
is today, make sure to try to complete your installations and all. Monday onwards, I'll give you the examples. Okay. Like I said modules, test case execution, right? Initially, I start with the modules. What is modules and behind what is the technologies they used, what type of engines it is working. Once it is done, team, simply you can go to the home tab. Inside home tab, how to scan the controls and control related properties. The priority engines and all we'll discuss here. The scanning mechanism, how to identify the controls, all these things I'll discuss Monday. So if you want to get a hands-on on this, make sure to complete the installations today. Even the management is also connect with you back for the installation purpose. Okay.
Yeah, Anusha, who will do the installation?
So they'll share that installer document to you. 1 second. If possible, I'll share. I think I have an installation document. This is a SAP installation document. Yeah. So this is the installation document. So directly they share the executable file to your mail IDs. Okay. Once you receive the mail, you can open the mail and then download the file. Once you download the file, download anyway. So wait until it has to complete. Later, open the file. Don't open directly. Make sure to run the file into administrator mode. Okay. Later, so it
When
will.
they share, Anusha, when they will share this installation
I think
document?
2 days they connect with you back, team. Okay. So anyway, today Saturday, right? By Sunday, you can try to set up. Today or tomorrow, they'll connect with you and they'll complete these things to you. So click on I agree checkbox. This is the installation document step by step flow. And one more point. Right now, make sure you people are installing the latest version of Tosca 2025.1. This document is prepared for the version of 15. Able to see? So why I'm highlighting this point? Sometimes you may you may get some kind of questions here. Some packages are there in the screenshot, but some packages are not visible in your screen. Don't worry. Just select this feature here. Directly do the installations. Why these features are not there, I'll discuss with you in a Monday session. Okay? Got it?
Yeah, 1 second, Anisha. Is it 15 need to be installed?
No. They'll share a 2025.1 version. But the
Okay,
installer
okay.
document itself, it is 15.1 related. But same process only. Version is different. Okay?
Okay, I already installed by seeing some videos. I've been installed. Which version is 2025.1 only?
Then fine. If it is 2025.1, then fine. If not, we can guide you to do the setup, the things from our side.
Okay, okay.
So they just share the team members this installer document to you all. Just go through the document and follow the instructions and accordingly do the installations today. Okay. Do installations, activate the license also. Once it is done, the team is connect with you back. Monday onwards, we have completely a hands-on experience, like practicals only with examples. So make sure to come up with the installation and all. Okay.
So
So
Monday, what time the
Anusha,
session was, Anusha?
So Monday we can connect at 9 a.m. Tuesday onwards we'll connect at 8 a.m. Okay.
So evening sessions,
Evening I'm not discussed with admin team. Let me check team. Okay. I'll
yeah,
just check with the admin team. Okay. Right now I don't have any evening slots. I'll just check with them. If anything is planned, I'll plan accordingly.
sure, thank you.
so Anusha, if you miss any class in the morning, will we get a recorded session and
Yes,
will
daily will share the recording videos to you. Okay. Go through the recording.
you will share it via?
No, it is a YouTube link right now you're getting. Going forward, also will share in a YouTube with the private access.
Okay.
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 Anusha, do we get today's and yesterday's recording for us?
Yesterday recording, it's already shared. Not sure you guys are received or not. I already given to the team. If not,
No, we didn't receive it, Anusha.
let me give you the link here. In the chat window, I'll post the link. Please go through that. Okay.
Today's also you will give.
Today's also I'll ask them to send it to you all because I don't have all of your mail IDs. So if I share to them or they'll connect with you back and they'll give you. But right now, yesterday's demo link is ready with me. I'm just sharing in the chat. Please go ahead and check the link. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, paste it. Please take a look. So that's it for today, guys. Happy weekend, team. We'll connect Monday, same time. Thanks to you all.
Anusha, like if 8 GB RAM, if it is extended, that's enough, right?
Yeah, RAM is minimum 8 GB. So hard disk, if you have anything, that is fine.
Minimum 8 GB.
Minimum 8 GB. Because this is the installer file, right? It takes some space in our system. Okay. The file size also almost 1 GB like this.
Okay, so actually in my laptop I'm having 4 GB only. If I'm extending up to 8 GB RAM, that's fine. That's enough.
That
right?
is perfectly fine. Yes, perfectly fine.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, team. Thanks to you all. Do you have
Thank
any
you.
questions for me? No, right?
So, no,
So Anusha, will they connect with us, right? The team will connect with us, right?
Yes, the team is connect with you back today.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye. Happy
Bye.
Thank
weekend.
you. Bye.
yeah, happy weekend, Mr. Secretary.
Happy weekend, team. Bye.